Have you guys figured out by now that I'm a bit of a primary arms junkie and advocate? If you hadn't, you've been asleep. So, I kind of go over, this is just some personal junk about my gun setup, right? And I just wanted to give you guys my thoughts on where I'm moving and progressing with my setup. Maybe some of you have the same thoughts, maybe you haven't, maybe you're debating stuff, whatever. That's why I'm here, just to throw you out whatever comes to my mind. I love primary arms optics. You know that I feel for preparedness purposes and serious long-term real-world use, not competitions, not plinking on the range, not games, but serious, long-term, unsupported, bad things have happened use. I have migrated over to primary arms. Now, because the internet's the internet, let me throw out some caveats here up front for those of you that are on the lower end of the IQ scale. Some of you showed up late. That's okay. I like you guys anyway. Well, sometimes not. But you'll never know. There's a lot of great optics out there. A lot, okay? Right now, the optics market is kind of like the gun market in general. Never in our history have we had as many good options and choices as we do right now across the board, okay? Which is good and bad. It's good because you got a lot of options and you can get what fits and works for you and your wants. But it's bad in that sometimes it can make it kind of difficult to decide, well, what the heck do I want? How do I want to do this? I'm a long-time Aimpoint user. I have swore by Aimpoints for many, many years. I've sworn by Aimpoints since late 2001, early 2002. That's where I go back to Aimpoints. In the past 2 years, year and a half maybe, somewhere in that ballpark, I'm starting to lose track of time. Getting old. It's annoying. I started migrating over to primary arms optics in various forms because, number one, got an astigmatism in my right eye that plays havoc with regular illuminated red dots. Number two, as bomb-proof as my Aimpoints and other optics are, I like the primary arms optics that have got etched reticles in them. I like that primary arms has made it so that you can have an etched reticle that you can also illuminate. So I can run it like a red dot, but regardless of if I can power that red dot, I always have that etched reticle. It is always there, it's never going away. The only way it goes away is if the optic itself is physically destroyed. That etched reticle, my astigmatism doesn't play havoc with. As bad. Maybe just a teeny bit, but it's nothing like what it does with a red dot. What primary arms has done is given me the etched reticle with solid durability and performance, the ability to illuminate it with common battery, at a price that won't break the bank, and with their ACSS stuff, a actual true fighting reticle. Not that others haven't been. There are other reticles that have been fighting reticles. I just think the primary arms with the ACSS is the next evolution in that realm. Other people may not like it. I do. It works for me and what I want to do. So, why are you rambling on about all that? Well, Primary Arms strikes again and made my life more complicated. So this gun right here has been my primary #1 go-to carbine since 2012. It's a Spikes Tactical Lower with a Palmetto State Armory 16-inch chrome-lined mid-weight, mid-length barrel. They don't make these barrels anymore, at least I haven't seen them in ages. It's not a lightweight barrel, it's not a government profile barrel, it's kind of a mid-weight. I love this barrel, love this gun. That's why it's been my primary. I did have a Aimpoint Pro on this gun. I put this Primary Arms Fix 3X Prism Scope on here, the ACSS reticle, excuse me, and I fell in love with it. I need more coffee. So, I had already liked Primary Arms with their micro dots because I felt like they gave me 98% of what I could get out of an aim point, but at far less cost. I still had a problem with that red dot in my astigmatism. Once I tried this is what was the hallelujah moment for me with the S reticles and the ACSS reticle, and it all came together right here. I promptly left this optic on this gun and sold my aim point and put that into some other things. This is still my primary go-to gun. If the zombies showed up tomorrow and the orcs and goblins started running rampant, which they appear to want to do for some reason, this is the one I'm grabbing. However, Primary Arms screwed me over, but in a good way. Primary Arms came out with their variable powered optics, such as this 1:8 variable ACSS reticle on the old poor man's DMR. This messed me up because as I have used this more, and yes, I know I owe you guys a follow-up video on this. We've got my range facility 3/4 completed at our property that my cousin owns. I love my cousin, by the way, he's awesome. And now I can actually bring you the video on this gun that I want to. So there will be a video coming on this. Anyway, this scope changed things for me. And I actually had a conversation with Dimitri at Primary Arms, the guy behind them, the reticles. And he warned me, as I started using that variable 1:8, I'd fall in love with it. Now, let me just say, variable powered optics are nothing new. Variable power have been out for a long time, many years. There's been some pretty expensive 1 to 4 powered variables on the market for a long time. I just never got into it. The right combination of events wasn't there. They were either too expensive or just didn't float my boat, whatever. It hasn't been till Primary Arms that all the pieces just came together for me, right? So, as I have used this, I've actually come to almost, and I'm still torn, like this for a general purpose gun better than the 3X Prism. Not that I don't like the 3X Prism, I love it dearly. It will be with me forever. But on my go-to gun, I've almost started liking the variable better. It allows me to run it on 1X like a regular non-magnified red dot, or I can crank up the power and reach out there a little further if I need to, a little more accurately at distance. Keep that in context. All with one optic. That's grown on. So then Primary Arms has the audacity, and it's been out for a little while, I just hadn't picked one up yet, but now I have one. They had the audacity to come out with their Raptors. I don't know if you can see that. Let me see if I can. Oh, mercy. Ugh. Sorry guys, my back's killing me and I'm just chilling today. Chilling making videos, talking with y'all. The Raptor is very similar to the 1:8 on the DMR gun. This is a 1:6 variable, illuminated, ACSS reticle. ACS reticle in it's a little bit different than on the 1:8. And the biggest differences is this one is, and I'm going to have a brain fart right now, and that's because I haven't finished my coffee. I may have this backwards, don't quote me, okay? The 1:8 that I've got is a second focal plane, and this one's a first focal plane, if I'm remembering correctly. Anyway, what that means is that reticle stays the same size regardless of the magnification. On the 1:6 Raptor, all the way at 1x, it's a fairly small reticle. As you crank it up, as the magnification increases, the reticle increases in size with it. Keeps all of your holdovers and everything the same regardless of what distance you're shooting at. So, obviously you can see I don't have this mounted on a gun yet. I have been sitting here debating what I wanted to do with this. And ultimately what I think I'm going to do, if you guys are interested, I'll do a follow-up video. If you're not interested, you won't have to watch it. I'm thinking of taking the old primary go-to #1 gun, taking the 3X off of there, putting the Raptor on it, and making that my go-to gun and optic combo. The 3X Prism, my family and I, and my family is my close circle of friends and family, blood and not blood, we have a little joint project that we're working on together. I'm going to probably donate this optic to that joint project that we're doing, and you'll see it in an upcoming video when we have it done. So this will be the optic for that particular build. Possibly. And I say possibly because this is my #2 backup gun for orc and zombie slaying. This gun is identical to my primary gun insofar as it's the identical same upper. It's the same barrel, same upper, all from Palmetto State Armory from way back 2012. The only difference is this one's got a free float Dano Defense handguard on it. This one's just got Magpul Mo handguards. This one has a Aimpoint Pro on it. This one's got the ACSS 3X Prism on it. My dilemma is, what I could do is take the 3X off of this, put it on the backup gun, and then do something else different for the group project build. Or I could just leave it as is and use that. I don't know. The problem and dilemma I've got is that I've still got my Aimpoint Pro on, And as much of a junkie as I've become for the primary arms ACSS stuff, I really kind of want to keep my reticles the same as much as I can across the board, being the ACSS design of one form or another. And that red dot plays with my astigmatism. So you may, if you want a good deal on an Aimpoint Pro, you may see that one up for sale here pretty soon. I'm not sure. I do know I'm probably going to put the Raptor on here. I just got to get a mount and get that done. Takes time and funds and all that. So as I do, I'll probably update you guys on where I'm going. But I want to keep, since these are my two primary guns, I want to kind of keep them as similar as possible. Heck, I don't know, I may even swap out the handguards and the rail on this one if I put the Raptor on it, and put that handguard on this one, and get rid of the Mo handguard on it. I just don't know, because I do like that gun the way it's set up. I like the simplicity of it, but I don't like simplicity for simplicity's sake. I like functionality that's going to fit what I want it to do. And if what I want it to do requires doing something different, not opposed to doing it. So, one other thing real quick, just for comparison. Probably the one negative, if I had to pick a negative, which it's not really a negative, it's just, it is what it is kind of thing. As you can see, maybe if I can do this right, the Raptor is just a little bit longer than the 1:8. I like the 1:6 power of it for a general purpose gun. I think almost better than the 1:8. But it is a little bit bigger. It's not really a huge deal, to be honest. I mean, it is what it is. It's not enough of a difference that I feel it's a detriment or anything. So, while I don't have any time with it yet, I wanted to show it to you. If you're interested in checking one out, in the description box there's a link to my blog where I'll share this video. On the blog page will be a link to where you can pick up one of these scopes. Primary Arms has been nice enough to do their little deal that if you use the link I give you, they give you free shipping and I believe a free mount. Both those things, yeah. For using my link. So whatever that's worth to you, they're willing to support us a little bit. Hey, if you're like me, every little bit helps. You get free shipping on something, free shipping's free shipping. That's 10, 15, 20 bucks saved that I can put towards something else. So that's the Raptor. That's my plans of what I'm doing with my go-to setup. The annoying thing about it all is I hate changing stuff, because then after I change it, then I got to zero it, then I want to get time with it to make sure it works right and that I'm comfortable with it and kind of get dialed in with it. That takes time and ammo, both of which cost money. So I don't like changing things just to change them. I really need there to be an effective increase in what I see as my capabilities with it. In this case, I think it's worth it. So, once I get this Raptor mounted up and get everything rolling, I'm going to do a follow-up video and show it off to you, so don't even worry about that. So yeah, that's about all I got on this one. If you haven't finished your cup of coffee yet, I'm surprised, because we've been talking for a while now. Mine's about cold. Been talking and ain't been able to drink it. Alright guys, get your gun set up. Don't worry about winning the Cool Kid contest with your friends. Don't worry about showing off the latest and greatest, Nike version of your gun stuff. Get what works for you. Get it set up. get out there and get rounds through it and get training in with it, get practice time in with it, and drive on and always be ready. Take care, stay safe, and I will talk at you some more in a minute.